Hi, I am Coach Lele. Welcome to the Pink Couch. Today's episode, Raise the Bar.
If you be have a conversation. If you just have a conversation. Come to the Pink Couch and talk it out with Coach Lele. With Coach Lele. A simple conversation.
So today we're going to talk about raise the bar. So this podcast is for any and everybody. I know last week we catered to the men. I hope you enjoyed it. Got some great feedback from it. But however, this is for everybody. So we're going to talk about raise the bar. Do you know that sometimes your attitude will determine your altitude? And so let's break those words down right quick. So when you think of the word attitude, according to Webster's dictionary, it is defined as the arrangement of the parts of a body or figure. It is also a mental position with regard to a fact or a state. It's defined as a feeling or emotion toward a fact or state. So your attitude, how do you feel about yourself, about your business, determines your altitude. So what is your mental position today on what you're trying to accomplish in life? Does your attitude, is it horrible? Is it positive? Is it negative? Your attitude is very, very important. So altitude is defined as the vertical elevation of an object above a surface or of a planet or a natural satellite. It also means the length of an altitude. It means a vertical distance or extent, a position at a height. Wait for it, an elevated region. Okay, a high level as of quality or feeling. So if your attitude is good, it's going to determine how you are elevated in this season of your life. And so what's your mental position regarding your business? What is your mental position regarding your marriage? What is your mental position regarding yourself will determine if you make it to a high level, an elevated region. And so you want to make sure that your attitude is in check at all times. It's really easy to have a bad attitude about situations. As y'all say, life be lifing. But your attitude towards it determines a lot. A lot of people are always, quote unquote, going through. It's because their attitude. They have nothing positive to say. They're not looking for a positive. They're just looking for a reason to complain, looking for a reason to feel some type of way. But your attitude will definitely determine your altitude. So with that being said, your attitude is a tool. It's a whole tool. Okay. If your ego is not in place, or if it's healthy, that will determine your altitude as well. A lot of people have conceited egos. What is an ego? It's the self, especially as contrasted with another self or of the world. It's self-esteem. It's also the one of three divisions of the psyche in psychiatric therapy that serves as the organized conscious mediator between the person and the reality, especially by functioning both in the perception and the adaptation to reality. So what is your ego like? Are you able to adapt in certain situations? Or are you stuck in your perception? A lot of people have false perceptions of things. This is how we misjudge people. This is how we throw good people away. This is how we ruin healthy relationships because of our ego. We do not know how to keep it in check, to keep it in place. And so your ego can be a great tool, or it can be one that's damaging to you. All right. So you have to be open to learn. Okay. Sometimes we feel we have a degree in a certain area, that we have mastered everything pertaining to that subject matter. But I was always told, as long as you living and breathing, you have the propensity to learn something new. Everybody knows I'm a preacher. And so I can read the Bible over and over and over again, and I'm going to get something different every time because I'm open to learn. And so most time when people master a subject matter, they don't study anymore on it. They don't go past what they were trying to present to impress somebody. But you have to be open to learn. Your attitude is a tool. But if you're not willing to learn anything, then you will stunt your growth. So you really got to be open to learn. Number 3, you have to create possibilities without the resemblance of the past. You have to create possibilities without the resemblance of the past. In order for us to move forward this year, we've talked about self-esteem. We talked about guard your ears. Now we're talking about raising the bar. So with that being said, we're talking about your attitude, right? So you have to understand that everything that happened in 2024 and beyond is irrelevant tonight. It's completely irrelevant. You want to know why? Because I try not to be so churchy, but I can't help it. You got a new grace and new mercy this morning. Okay. So with that being said, why do we have to have new mercies every morning? Because yesterday has fulfilled its purpose. The scripture says tomorrow does not worry about its provision. It's already taken care of. And so if the day is trusting, why are we not? So now that you remember, we talked about man being made in the image and likeness of God last week, right? So, okay, you have the ability to create possibilities. You can create a new norm every time you wake up if you want to, but it should not resemble the past. And the reason why, that's how you know when you're growing. When you're able to create something new and looks nothing like what you've done before, you know you have evolved. You know you have grown. You have come into your own new self for today. And so it's very important with your attitude that you create possibilities without the resemblance of the past. It's I can't tell you how important that is. Because a lot of people say, well, people want to bring up my past. It's because they can still pick it up. When you grow, when you heal, when you evolve, it's nothing about you that resembles the past. Who I was at 19, it doesn't look nothing like that at 50. Okay. And so this is why some people are not able to be given a second chance. They're not able to embrace the new, because everything you do, how you dress, what you like, what you do, it resembles the past. And so if it resembles the past, it's going to be a trigger to those who knew you in that era. And it will be repulsive to those who know you now. Let me say that again. When you're not willing to let the past go, it's going to be a trigger to those who knew you, past tense, in that era. But it will be an irritant and an agitation to those who know you now, because they were attracted to you because of who you are now. When you start regressing back to the past, the new people leave. They flee the scene. They cut you off. They block you because they said, I don't be tied to that. And so you have to change your attitude about everything. Number 4, your work ethic is important when it comes to your attitude. How do you work? Are you a finisher? Do you follow through? A lot of people start, but they don't finish. How many people, y'all on social media, how many have you seen saying, oh, I'm doing pre-orders for a book? I can't tell you how many books I bought that I have not received. Okay, so you put it out there that you want to do pre-orders, a pre-sale. So what I figured out is you don't have the money. You're not willing to invest in yourself to get the book published. So you depend on the public to publish your work. But when you don't finish, we don't get a product. And that is stealing. But what is your work ethic like? A lot of people start a lot of stuff. It's a saying, what's it called? Jack of all trades, but a master of none. You have to master something this year. Don't be so busy trying to compete with people who have a lot going on that you do not master the one thing you have going on. There's a restaurant called Chicken Salad Chick. Okay. They have mastered chicken salad. You're not going to find pasta salad in there. You're not going to find macaroni and cheese, turkey wings, none of that. They only do chicken salad, and they're doing phenomenally well. What are you trying to say, Coach? You can be good at one thing. If you master the one thing, you don't know how much it would yield. Remember the parable about the talents, where one had 5, one had 2, one had 1. And the one servant that had 1 talent, he hid it in the ground. He did not do anything with it. And the householder was angry. Why did you waste my investments? What he's really saying. I took a chance in investing into you, and I got no return. I didn't micromanage you. I didn't check on you every day, see if you was doing anything. I gave it to you. I trusted you with it, and I went about my way. When I came back to collect my interest, it was nothing there. It's the same thing with the one thing you're good at. Stop trying to compete with those who have the capacity to handle 5 talents. It's okay to only have the capacity to handle 1 talent. I'll drink a little tea right quick. A little cold outside tonight. Listen, it's okay to master one thing. It's perfectly fine. But we look at social media. Social media gives a really false narrative. It is a platform for plagiarists. It is a den for deception. It's a conduit of commercialism. You got to understand that your authenticity will give you affluence. Okay. The more authentic you become, the more wealthier you'll become. Everybody in this earth has a purpose and a plan. When you operate outside that purpose, provision will not find you. Okay. So could it be that you couldn't invest in the book because you're not an author? Could it be you did not invest in going to school because you really don't want to learn? We got to be honest with ourselves in 2025. Be honest about where you are and check your work ethic. Why should anybody trust you when you're not reliable? What you mean, Coach? It's simple. When you keep starting things and you never finish them, that says to us, you're unreliable. You're not dependable. So we cannot take the risk in investing in you when you're unreliable. It's the same way with banks. If you don't pay your bills on time, if you're not depositing checks in that account, if you're not keeping, if you always got a bunch of NSF fees, you're showing them you are too much of a high risk for a loan. Why would somebody lend you their money when you can't manage your own? Because when you go to banks and you're looking for a house, looking for a car, you're asking them to lend me this money based on my word that I'm going to pay it back. They look at your history. They look at, do you keep a job? How long you been on the job? How does your bank, is your bank always in a negative? They look at all those factors before they take the risk. And so you gotta check your work ethic. It's not that we don't want to support you, but you need to show us a little bit more consistency. Okay. My 5th bullet point is how you behave will determine who wants to be around you. Your attitude is everything in this season. How you behave will determine who wants to be around you. There's so many people that says nobody likes me. Could it be because of your behavior? People watch how you respond to adversity. They watch how you handle heated situations. They watch how you handle people that help you. They watch how you handle people who don't help you. You are constantly being watched. Contrary to popular opinion, social media, they call it friends and followers, but I call them surveillance cameras. That's what I call them. Because these people are watching you. They watch what you pin. They watch what you post. They watch your videos, all that type of stuff. And so this is why we have to check our behavior. That all has to do with your attitude. How you behave determines who wants to be around you. Now, if you're ratchet, you're going to attract ratchet people. If you are an intellectual thinker, you're gonna attract intellectual thinkers. If you are a go-getter, you're going to attract go-getters. But your behavior determines who wants to be around you. And so if you're always complaining, you're never pursuing your dreams and your visions, this will determine your circle. And some people think they have a circle, but they really have a casket. It's really a box. It's really a container. But when you get into the right circle, it's round, everything's rotating, everything's revolving, everything's moving, and everybody has a space to grow and expand. So with that being said, this year, we really want to focus on our attitude. We want to raise the bar. It is important that you have healthy people around you, but it's also important that you're healthy yourself. And so if you need to take a couple of months to get you together, do that. Because remember, time is on your side as long as you don't waste it. Time is on your side as long as you don't waste it. So I want you to create 20 I am statements. That's your homework tonight. I want you to get a pad or get your notes on your phone, and I want you to type 20 I am statements that are positive about you. Even if you're not currently there, if you want to see yourself in a certain place, you need to say, I am successful. I am dependable. I am honest. I am a go-getter. Whatever your I ams are, I want you to write down 20 of them. And I want you to recite them every day for the rest of this year. I want you to read them out loud. I want you to put them in the atmosphere. I want you to get it in your heart. And once it's in your heart, it's going to be easy to come out of your mouth. You're going to eventually be able to recite them without the paperwork, without your notes. But I want you to create 20 I am statements. It's going to change the trajectory of your life. So with that being said, raising the bar. The B is for beliefs. Yeah, I'm an acronym girl. So yeah, the bars is a whole acronym. So the B is for belief. Belief is defined by Webster's Dictionary as a state or habit of mind in which trust or confidence is placed in some person or thing. Something that is accepted, considered to be true, or held as an opinion, something believed. Conviction of the truth of some statement or the reality of some being or phenomenon, especially when based on examination of evidence. A lot of people do not understand the importance of what you believe. But do you have evidence of what you believe? Okay? I can say that this medicine ball is amazing. I believe in this. When the weather changes, sun started draining, I'm going to get the medicine ball. I believe in this tea. You want to know why? Because I have evidence of what it does for me. Okay? So if I said, oh, I believe that hibiscus tea is great, and I've never experienced it, now I've become a commercial and not an actual test. It's not it's turned into a commercial as opposed to a testimonial. Okay. You know, late at night, you see these infomercials. They're supposed to be people who are giving testimony of what products do, but a lot of them are just actors. They have never tasted the product. They never tried the product. They're just getting paid to convince you to purchase it. So if you're going to be successful in 2025, what do you believe? And where is your evidence? If you believe that you are an entrepreneur, we should see some entrepreneurial fruit. If you are a mother, we should see some nurturing. If you are a man, then you should be a man. If you are a woman, you should be a woman. What is that you believe in? Where's your evidence? Okay, I believe I'm a life coach. I believe that because I have people who give testimonials to sessions with me. I see the fruit in their everyday life. I see them grow and evolve and change. I have evidence. So this is why I believe in what I'm doing. And what you're going to find is if you don't believe in your own product, nobody will buy it. Okay? If you don't believe in your own product, nobody will buy it. I have a business called Gracefully Broached. I love designer-inspired brooches, necklaces, things of that nature. but I have certain suppliers that I actually purchase from because I believe in the product. But I could not say I believe in those vendors until I actually experienced their expertise. And it's too many people walking around here calling themselves experts. We have never experienced your expertise. So if we don't experience your expertise, we cannot believe that you're an expert in what you say you're doing. And so you have to believe in yourself, believe in your brand, believe in your business. I believe in the pink couch. I believe in this couch so much I had to purchase me a pink couch. It wasn't just a name for me. I need you to have an experience on the pink couch. Okay. I believe in it so much. I have paraphernalia with my logo on it because I actually believe. And I believe so much. I've invested my own money. I didn't put it out there for y'all to do it. I didn't ask for pre-orders. I just listen, this is my product. You can purchase it now. So when you believe in yourself, you'll make the investment in yourself. Stop expecting people to invest in what you don't believe in. Okay? So the A for bar is actions. A lot of people say they're going to do stuff, but there's no action behind it. And if you want to draw more clientele, if you want new customers, if you want new partners, if you want new opportunities, you have to put forth some action. So actions is plural, as in behavior, the way or manner in which one conducts oneself. How you conduct yourself is a game changer. I have had people that I wanted to bring in to do different things, but their social media presence was a complete turnoff. They were very gifted, very skilled, but their everyday life was questionable. And so in my mind, if you'll mistreat your friends like that, how are you going to treat my colleagues? How are you going to treat those in my care? How are you going to treat my customer base? How are you going to treat my platform? And so a lot of people say, well, you shouldn't judge a person based on that, but you have to. Because if you're careless with your friends, you'll be more careless with strangers. And so this is why people study your behavior. You said you're going to do something. Is there any follow through? Can we really see what you're going? I used to do this thing called Ready, Set, Sow. And I would ask people to give to people who was in need. But I made sure that people saw that their money went to the person that we were donating to. I had to put some action behind it. I just didn't ask everybody to give. I gave first. And so your actions determine a lot in the season. You have to raise the bar. Your belief system has to be top notch, and so does your actions. Now, the R is for results. If you believe in your product and you put some action behind it, you're going to get results. Okay? So a result is to proceed or arise as a consequence, effect, or conclusion. All right. So if you believe in your product, your brand, yourself, and you put action to it, we're going to see the consequence is going to be success. That's the result, the conclusion of it. Your attitude is going to bring everything to a conclusion. This is the results. If you don't like the results, then change your actions. Check your belief system. You got to raise the bar. You got to raise it. It means to have an issue or result. Something that results as a consequence, issue, or conclusion. Also beneficial or tangible effect. All right. So when you have results, there's a tangible effect on everybody connected to you. Everybody in your sphere of influence. There's a tangible effect. You cannot tell us, that you are this and we never experienced that. Okay? So your results are determined by what you believe and how you act. Remember, your attitude determines your altitude. And I want 2025 to be a year of great results for you. But you have to raise the bar. You have to. Just enough to get by is not enough. Being fraudulent and dishonest is a no-go. Okay? You have to raise the bar this year. Check your attitude. It determines your altitude. Deal with your belief system. Deal with your actions and you'll get the results. This will happen when you raise the bar. And don't forget the 5 points that I gave you. Number 1, check your ego. Number 2, be open to learn. Number 3, create possibilities without the resemblance of the past. Number 4, your work ethic. And number 5, how you behave will determine who wants to be around you. Listen, as you create your 20 I ams, remember that you will have what you say. That's why I told you to write them down and then say them out loud. You will become what you speak. Your behavior will change. Your attitude will change. When you have positive affirmations about yourself coming out of your mouth every single day. When you read them, it's getting into your brain. When you say them, it's getting into your heart. When you read what you write, it gets into your mind. When you say what you read, it gets into your heart. And so when you have a mindset change and a heart change, you can't help but be successful. So listen, I'm challenging you. Get those 20 I ams written down. Say them every day for the rest of this year. And I want you to raise the bar. I want you to set the precedence. You must respect me. You must pay me for my worth. This is my product. This is my price. I can produce what I'm charging you for. Raise the bar. Stop complaining about what's not happening and make something happen. You have the authority. You have the power to do it. And you have the tools to do it. It's all about your attitude. My name is Coach Lele. Hope you enjoyed today's night's episode, Raise the Bar. I want you to get those 20 I ams written down, and I want you to have a successful 2025. Thank you for joining us tonight. See you next week.
If you